Good afternoon, everyone. Very warm welcome to all the attendees of this session. It's now time to introduce the speaker of the day, Dr. Rajesh Verma, Professor and Dean, Mittal School of Business, Lovely Professional University. So let me tell you something about his achievements and all. He has excelled in the areas of market orientation, political marketing, business model, marketing research, and strategic management. He's having over 19 years of experience. He has acted as a resource person in more than 35 faculty development programs and has organized 8 national and international level conferences and workshops. He has published 18 case studies, around 50 research papers in journals, and has done enormous amount of work in publishing books. He has also received a Research Appreciation Award from Honorable Minister of Human Resource Development, Government of India. I welcome you, Dr. Verma. And very
Thank you.
soon, Dr. Megha Mehta would be with us to discuss few of the queries related to admissions and scholarship part. So it's now over to Dr. Verma to take up the content of the day.
Thank you, Rishiji. Good evening, everyone. The session today is on a deep dive into technology-focused LPU MBA. So I think all of us know that technology is acting as a disruptor, right? And probably none of us can think about any single field where technology doesn't have a role to play. So I'll be talking about that, but before I do that, let me just take you through what I'll be doing today in this session, and accordingly we will proceed. So first I'll talk briefly about the school I am from, give you an idea so that you have a fair idea of whom you are interacting with. Then I'll talk about few industry trends. This is the changes which are all happening around us and what is expected from the students. Third is I'll talk about MBA programs and the new age specializations. Then I'll talk about what all value additions there has to be in MBA so that ultimately you are ready for the corporate world. And then we can have question and answers around. So this is what I'll be taking you through. So to start with, I'll just briefly give you some background about the school I am from, Mittal School of Business. It was established in year 2001. So which probably means now we have an experience of more than 2 decades in providing quality management education. All of you probably are aware of that Government of India, Ministry of Education, they do the ranking of universities and business schools in the country. And I'm happy to share that LPU and Mittal School of Business is featuring amongst the top 50 B schools of the country. Right? So it's a reliable ranking by ministry. So we are 49th rank in NRIF. Then we have accreditation, which is a global accreditation, ACBSP USA accreditation, and our school is amongst the top 10 institutions who got the ranking in the country first. So we are amongst the first 10 institutions to get this accreditation in the country. So this gives us the confidence that the curriculum which probably we are imparting to our students is of global standards, because that's what the accreditation agencies look at. So is it at par with global standards? So this gives us that confidence that yes, our curriculum is at par with the global standards. Then we have 3 disciplines our school. We look after management, commerce, and economics. and we have around 25 different programs that we offer in our school, right? So management, commerce, and economics all are in the Mittal School of Business. And then in terms of diversity, because diversity is very important for learning, and we have students of more than 25 nationalities, right? So more than 25 plus countries are represented, and in one building you'll find students from all over the world, right? So it gives you an opportunity to understand their businesses, their culture, right? So that gives you the understanding of the diversity. Apart from that, we have students from all states of our country. So rich diversity is available for discussion in each classroom. So different perspectives come up. So that's a brief about the school. Though I can speak a lot about it, but just to give an idea of that, where am I coming from? So that's why I just spoke about these 5 dimensions. Now, going to the second part, which is the industry trends, which is more important. And if you look at today's topic also, it is technology infused MBA program, technology oriented MBA program, right? So it comes from industry trends. So if the industry is moving in one direction, the business school also need to adapt that trends of the industry and then accordingly teach in the class and prepare students for the future. So I'll be briefly talking about it now. So look at the change. I'll give you a few figures. Look at the change which is happening all around you, and I'm sure all of you are witnessing this change. 154%, right? This is what it talks about. 154% kind of uh, amount the global artificial intelligence software market is expected to grow year on year. So 154% growth in artificial intelligence, right? You all of you understand what artificial intelligence is. It's a technology where the word itself indicates artificial intelligence, right? So it works like human beings, but then uh, it is still artificial, right? So technology. 95% of the firms cite the need to manage unstructured data as concern for their business. That means there is a lot of data being generated all around you, right? The movies you watch on Netflix, the orders you give on Amazon, right? The webinar you're attending right now, the classes online which you might have attended, all this creates a lot of data. But if this data is not used, then the companies don't gain anything. So who should analyze this data, right? This data is unstructured. So that's a lot of data unstructured is lying all around you, right? So that's the another change, because everything which you are now doing online or anything which you are doing based upon technology is creating huge data. So that's the reason a lot of unstructured data is lying around. Then 52% of the market cite driving growth through digital transformation as their top strategic focus. So 52% of the companies, right, they are saying that they can grow only if they transform themselves digitally, digital transformation. I'll give you a few examples when I enter into the discussion a little later. But look at the change, right? So I talked about how the artificial intelligence is growing. On the second hand, I told you there is a lot of data lying around, and the companies believe that if this data is not analyzed, it is a waste and they don't gain out anything out of it. Half of the companies, 52% of the companies believe that the digital is the way forward, otherwise they would not be able to grow. So automation, digital platforms, and a lot of other innovations which are happening all around you, they are changing the fundamental nature of work, how the work is being done. And simple example is, you would have seen in pandemic work from home. Companies would have never imagined that 100% of their employees would sit at home and work, but they are working, right? So that and how they are working, technology support is there, right? So that's how we need to understand. So a lot of things would change in the times to come, right? And if you read this line, a new world demands new skills. So if the world is changing, can I don't if I don't change, would I be able to survive? So I need to change myself. I cannot just stick to the same old philosophy and keep on working and keep on doing my work. So I need to change. But let me tell you, this is not the first time when the changes are happening, right? Changes have been happening ever since. But the changes are rapid now. Changes are fast now, right? Because earlier, a simple example to you is when you used to purchase a car, the model used to change after 5 years, 6 years, right? But now model changes every year. A company launches a model this year, and next year they launch another model, next year they launched a version of that. So you look at the way the fast changes are happening. So that's what it means, right? Now, a World Economic Forum is another important association in world which talks about what kind of skills would be required in future. So what do they say, right? Look at this. They say reskilling is needed, right? They are saying reskilling is needed. 50% of all employees would need to be reskilled by 2025. That means the kind of skills they have now, they again need to reskill themselves. Otherwise, they will become obsolete or they would be out of their jobs. And pandemic is proving that if somebody doesn't have these kind of skills which the companies require now, they have most of them have lost their jobs. Unfortunate. But then in coming times, by 2025, most of the people need to get reskilled. Another important statistics. Look at this. World Economic Forum says top 10 skills of 2025, and they are categorized the skills only into four categories. And in four category, one of the important is technology use and development. Technology use and development. One of the most important parts they mentioned is technology use and development. Right? Rest, problem solving, self management, working with people, they are important, but their pace is not that important. It's not changing that fast. And when you look at the 10 skills, I'll not cover them here, but I'll try to talk about them in later stages. But you'll see there are two important skills which are mentioned there: technology use, monitoring and control, and secondly is technology design and programming. So when I'm talking about MBAs, I'm not competing with engineers, right? If you are looking for an MBA program, I'm not making you compete with engineers, right? I am talking about management side of technology, which is technology use, monitoring and control. If I am a manager, I need to understand how Internet of Things are being used in air conditioners, how it is being used in washing machines, how it is being used in cars. If I don't understand that, then I probably would not be able to give solutions to the customer, which is my role as a manager. So I need to understand that use of technology, how artificial intelligence is being used, how bots these days chat with the human being and give replies. Human beings sometimes don't even come to know with whom they are actually chatting online. That's the kind of responses they get when they are chatting with bots, right? But designing a bot, probably it's not a role of an MBA. Designing a technology is not a part of MBA program, right? So that means this technology design and programming is engineering. Technology use, monitoring and control is that of an MBA, right? So very, very important skill. And why I'm giving you this data, because I want to highlight this point that in the coming times, technology is actually going to be one of the biggest things which one need to acquire. The skill need to be acquired. So what is expected from the students post-COVID? Like now, all of you have been in COVID for last 1.5 year, almost 1.5 year now, right? And you would have seen a lot of changes, which probably you would have never imagined. When I'm saying you, even we didn't imagine, nobody imagined that this is what can happen to all of us, to this world, beautiful world. But somehow this is a reality now, right? So what are the changes which you are looking around and what is expected from you as a student, right? That's what I'm going to talk now. First is technology savviness. Most of the companies or most of the employees who were able to save their jobs and save their businesses were the one who understood technology. if you are working from home and if you don't understand technology, if you don't understand the virtual reality or you don't understand the augmented reality, how these meetings are being happened, how meetings are being controlled, you cannot work. So technology savviness is an important technology understanding skill which all of us are required now to have, right? It is not that if I have this, this is an advantage. No, this is required to sustain. This is required to survive, right? That's the importance of the word technology now. You need to be technology savvy, and technology savvy doesn't mean flipping your mobile phone. Technology savvy doesn't mean working on laptop and just flipping your iPad. Technology savviness means you understand how and why technology works the way it is working. That's how you need to understand it. So it is little deeper than just flipping your mobile phone or Netflix or Amazon, right? Or PPTs, right? It is more than that. Second important skill which the industry requires is data literacy. And I told you just now, I told you that all of us are creating abundance of data all around us. And if I give you a figure, just a small figure, uh, 5G, for example, right? We are, all of us are talking about 5G now. The speed of data transmission would be 100 times more, right? So look at the kind of data now we have and the speed with which the data would be transformed and from one device to another would be more than 100 times, right? Huge data lying all around, right? Netflix, for example, all of you understand Netflix, right? 2,769 hours of data is created in 1 year. It's an original content. It is not one data copied from here and given here. They created 2,796 hours of original content. Only one company. So you look at the companies, right? You have Live, you have Boot, you have Amazon, right? So many companies now giving you a lot of content to watch online. So all that is creating data. So you need to have that numeracy skill to analyze that data because that data otherwise is waste. If you cannot analyze, look at how Netflix is analyzing your data. They tell you these are the popular stories, right? If you want to watch it without ad or you want to watch it with ad. So they are observing your behavior and based upon behavior, your behavior, they are changing. So they are analyzing the data continuously. So all of us need to have this skill of analyzing the data. Very important skill, and there are a lot of job opportunities which are coming up in this field, right? And the third skill which I'm talking about is critical skill, objective analysis and evaluation of issues. It is not just take a decision, that's all. It is evaluate whether this is right, this is wrong. Every issue have to be evaluated, right? Cut the salaries of the employees, is it right, not right, right? So just going by saying, okay, lockdown should have been announced now in the second wave, but the central government did not announce it. So saying, oh no, the government is wrong, is not critical thinking. You need to think it from perspective. Why do you think they would have done this? Because there are a lot of job losses happening, and if they put another lockdown, there would be another huge job loss and economy loss. Probably that is what is on their mind. So you'll have to think about both and then go about. Then resilience, change immediately, change fast, right? And quick example is, for example, when last year in March the lockdown was announced, within 1 week's time we were teaching online, and the entire timetable was the way it was in the face-to-face teaching in the class. Now that was not a magic, right? You had to bring in technology, you had to bring in a new technology partner who can deliver this class, online classes at your home, right? And then probably you need to train faculty, you need to train the students how to use it. So a lot of training was required, but we changed that fast, right? And similarly, the companies also need to change fast. Look at the examples all around you. Sales models. Have you ever thought the companies would sell cars online? Did you ever think that probably gyms would close down, but you would have live gym classes online, right? There are companies which are now providing all that online, contactless deliveries, right? Uh, you never imagined the car companies would come at your home and do a contactless service of your car. So they changed very fast. So you cannot just sit down and let us see, okay, what would happen when government opens up lockdown, then we will see what is to be done. So fast adaptability, fast flexibility, managing fast, frequent, right? There are a lot of changes happening and you need to change. Then you need to be creative and think innovatively, right? The companies which were creating paint started producing sanitizers. The company which was producing clothes started producing masks, right? So a lot of innovation have to be done and think creatively, right? So that skill is required. Emotional intelligence, thinking about others too. Empathy is required. There are companies, when the first day lockdown was announced, on the second day they announced that now we will have 50% cut of salaries for the employees. Whereas you'll find there are companies like Tata, Reliance now, right? They have announced that if a person has died in their organization, they will pay the full salary for next 5 years or lifetime for the employee's relative, the next kin. So both are companies, both are earning equal amount, but one company says I'll give 50% salary, another is saying if somebody dies, I'll even give salary to his kids, right? So you would have heard these news. So that's a very important skill required in a manager to think from others' viewpoint. What would others feel like? So these were the skills. So the question which you should ask yourself is, do you have these skills in you? Right? Do you have all these things in you? Probably. If you have these things, then you are ready for the future. But if you don't have all these things, then what is the way forward? How do we move ahead? How do we go ahead? What should be done? And the answer which I have for you is that MBA program which you are looking at, any MBA program, I'm not talking about only LPU. The points which I am giving you, you should compare all MBAs which you are targeting at and then compare which one will prepare you better. So the MBA program must help you develop the mindset and the skill set. The skill set which I talked about in the previous slide, any MBA program should actually prepare you for that. Any good MBA program should actually prepare you for that, right? So that's what is required when I'm talking about what is the way forward. Now let me talk about the MBA options, MBA and new age specializations, and look at how the technology is infused into it, right? And I'm time and again, I'll say one point which please register in your mind. I am not talking of creating engineers. So somebody of you should not be getting an anxiety that I wanted to do MBA, but this is all technology, right? So I'm talking about only technology infused in MBA, technology oriented MBA, so that it prepares you for that career where technology has to be used. But it is an MBA program and not an engineering program, right? So when I talk about technology focused MBA in an MBA program which we have at LPU, we would have many technology based courses which are core. I'm not talking of specialization as of now. I am only talking of core technology focused courses, right? Look at this: spreadsheet modeling, Excel; business statistics and analytics for decision making, it would be Excel, and it would also be SPSS software; research methodology, SPSS, eViews, right? Data analytics using R is again a language, right, which helps you in analyzing the data. Business intelligence and data visualization using Tableau. Tableau is another software. Then emerging technologies course, which would teach you what all technologies are coming up, right? Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, your all bitcoins, right? All these kind of technologies which probably you might be listening would be taught you in this course, right? So these are all technology focused core courses. That means somebody who don't even want to specialize in analytics, or somebody who don't want to specialize in any other technology oriented specialization, even they have to understand it, right? So that they know that how we have to use technology when we are in the industry. They should know how technology would affect the business, and accordingly they should take decision. So that means this is the core course now. I'm not talking about the management courses. There would be another set of 30 management courses, but I'm primarily talking about the core technology courses which are compulsory for everyone. Then look at these specializations. What kind of, I'm talking about future oriented specialization, new age specializations. Business analytics is a specialization. Digital marketing is a specialization. Fintech is a specialization. Finance technology, right? Healthcare is a specialization. Artificial intelligence is a specialization. E-commerce is a specialization. Financial consulting is a specialization. Auditing and taxation is a compulsory, right? These are all specializations with technology, which is a future-oriented specialization, where you have a lot of job requirements and a lot of usage of technology would be there. But this is not all the specializations we have. Ultimately, in one area, you need to pick up 12 courses, right? If you are specializing in marketing, you need to pick up 12 courses of marketing, or you can do a dual specialization. You can pick up 6 from marketing, 6 from finance. So there are two categories of specialization which I've categorized only to explain it to you. Otherwise, we don't have a watertight classification between specialization, right? Conventional marketing, finance, human resource, operations, retail, international business, information technology, strategy, entrepreneurship, banking. All these are conventional specializations. You'll find them in most of the B schools, right? But still, you will not find strategy there, right? You will not find few of the specializations. But these are the new specializations which we are offering: business analytics, digital marketing. I'll just talk about them with you right now, right? Now, this makes a whole breadth of specialization areas. And very confidently, I can ask you that you compare any of the best business school, you would not find this breadth of specializations anywhere, right? But here you can have a combination of one area from new age and one area from conventional. You can do marketing and you can do e-commerce, you can do finance and you can do analytics. So you can pick up a combination of conventional and new age specialization, right? So this is what I was talking about when we say now these courses, right? E-commerce, fintech, investment banking, artificial intelligence, digital marketing, all are technology oriented specializations preparing you for the industry. This was general MBA. Now I'll give you some idea of MBA honors program we have, right? A very unique program which we have designed. So just have a look at this program, and the courses to be delivered by international and industry faculty. That means in every term, apart from regular LPU faculty, around one course would be taught by an international or industry faculty through online mode. It can be offline, but as of now, the situation says it is online. So largely, we'll have one faculty teaching you a course from industry or international, giving you that global perspective. The specializations which I was talking about in general MBA, here we are offering you a specialization which is in tie-up with industry. So you'll get an industry certification. So digital marketing specialization will be with the Digital Marketing Institute. Financial market specialization will be with NSC, right? Business analytics specialization will be with Wiley. HR specialization will be with SHRM, right? Artificial intelligence specialization would be with 3AI, right? Finance specialization would be with KPMG. So here you are doing a specialization where you'll get an industry certification. The industry people would come and teach you in this specialization, and you'll get certification from these. Then in the beginning of the program, a money amount would be given to you, and that amount you can use and invest in stock market. That's why it is known as investment seed grant. 20,000 rupees given to you in the beginning of the program. You decide which company you want to invest in, which portfolio. We would train you to do that, but in 2 years time you'll have to grow the fund. Profit is yours, but then you learn the trade, how to manage that fund with you, right? So the money is provided by the university and risk taking is done by you. So you will understand how to manage the portfolio and how to grow the money, right? Then another feature is where we'll give you a fund up to 5 lakh, but that would be based upon a competition. We'll float a competition. You'll have to come up with an idea. It would be evaluated by industry, faculty, panel, and if the idea is worth implementing, uh, you as an individual or you with the classmate as a team uh, can get up to 5 lakh rupees to start the business on the campus, right? But the business idea has to be worth starting. Then you have an 5 days international visit to countries like Dubai, Malaysia, right? So it's an international immersion program where you will have guest lectures by industry people or industrial visits there. Then you have another set of money given to you where you can spend it on research. You when you are applying for maybe copyright, you are publishing a paper in a journal, so you can use that fund there. That money would be provided to you by the university. Then other things which you have, I think Harvard, you would have heard the name. Harvard Business School is one of the best, and we have Harvard Business Publishing simulation done in the class, right? I hope you understand simulation. Simulation is a software which simulates the company environment. You form a company with you as the CEO, five of your classmates as directors of finance, marketing, HR, but you compete with the another company created in the class, which they become your competitor. If you increase or decrease the price, your competitor sale goes up and down. If they increase their price or decrease their price, your sale might go up and down. So you compete with each other, and it is a live example of how you can run a company. Then a lot of live projects would be provided, and industry mentors would be given to you so that you can plan your careers with them in discussion with them, right? So this is the entire MBA program, but just to give you an idea of the kind of courses, right, in MBA. Again, I'm talking about only technology oriented. I'm not talking about other courses. We would have marketing, finance, HR. I talked about everything, right? But for example, we have a specialization which is technology. What is technology product management, right? So when I talk about technology product management, we look at the courses, foundation of successful management of courses, analytics again, agile and lead product development, advanced analytics, product management with emerging technology, right? Another specialization is AI, machine learning and analytics, robotics, business application of AI, blockchain, business analytics, big data, predictive analytics. But anyone who doesn't like technology, right? These specializations are little in-depth concentration and would not be for all, right? But if somebody who doesn't like technology, for them, I told you in the core courses, you already have technology-oriented core courses. So you can pick up other areas of specialization. I just mentioned here two to give you an idea of how the program is more technology oriented. So people with an engineering background or people who are very curious and would like to work hard to understand the technology, they can pick up these kind of areas also. Briefly, I'll talk about another MBA program we have, which is MBA with Talent Edge. Again, first of its kind, the corporate program. Talent Edge is a company with whom we have tied up. And if you want to understand what kind of company Talent Edge is, you can go to their website and you will find their programs to be in tie-up with IIMs, XLRIs, right? So that's the kind of reputation they have, right? So you'll find a lot of programs of them with IIMs also. In this unique program, you'll get a placement within first 6 months of the program, right? First 6 months, right? That means when you are actually getting selected for the MBA program, simultaneously you'll start preparing for placement, and your placement will happen within the first 6 months. And you'll get a paid internship towards the end of the 9 months of the program would be paid internship, right? Now look at the program is of 2 years. That means 24 months. That means first 6 months you get placed. Next 6 months they will come and teach you. The companies people who have selected you, they'll come and teach. And the last 9 months, that means from 24 months, you can reduce this 9 months. So you have the program only for 14 months, and last 9 months you are in the industry. So when you get placed in a company, the same company gives you the paid internship, right? And once you complete this internship with them, you are finally placed with the company. So that's the uniqueness of this program. And the 5 specializations we are giving here is investment banking, sales and marketing, applied human resource, logistics, data science, and data analytics. You can pick up, but here the company is involved in the selection of the students, and they also do one psychometric test based upon which they'll suggest which specialization is best suited for you. And looking at your interest, that's how the specialization would be decided. But a very, very unique program. And let me tell you, every program have their own strengths, right? Own unique features. It is only a case of where do your interest fits in well. If you are interested to get a job and 9 month internship immediately, so then the Talent Edge program is for you, right? But if you are interested to have a global exposure, right, and starting a venture on the campus, then MBA Honors is a program for you. So you'll have to see into the details of every program and then decide which program actually is suitable for you. But the technology dimension I told about is infused in almost every program, right? So these are the training and placement partners of Talent Edge. You can see a lot of companies there. They will provide you the training and placement. And then we have industry tie-up programs. We have a separate MBA Business Analytics program which is done by Wiley. And Wiley is also having a program with IIM Lucknow. Right. Then we have an MBA Financial Markets, National Stock Exchange. They'll provide you minimum 10 certifications in financial markets during this program only. Along with the MBA program, you'll get another 10 different certifications of NSE, and then they are most valued by the industry. Then we have an MBA supply chain program with Safe Educate, which is into logistics. This company is into logistics. Then MBA Talent Edge, I've already talked about with Talent Edge. So what is the advantage of industry tie-up programs? Where are changes happening? Changes are happening in the industry, right? I probably for a business school, industry is just like a hospital for medical college. All medical students would have an experiment in hospitals, right? So that's why you'll find every MBBS college would have a hospital attached to it. But in case of MBA, industry is our lab where we have to have practicals. So these industries help us understand what changes are happening there, and they bring that into the curriculum and then train the students and prepare them for the jobs in the market. Then other programs we have is hospital and healthcare management, tourism and hospitality, international business. But I am repeating again, every program has their own strengths. It would depend upon what is your interest and how would you like to shape your career. And accordingly, you can choose the program which you would like to do. Now, coming to quick value adds, I will talk about the fourth dimension, which I said in every MBA program, there has to be some value adds. And these value adds probably means that you should have these in every MBA program. For example, MBA program should teach you how to take decisions in uncertain times. So simulation, current news analysis every day, case studies, dilemma situations, scenario planning, role plays, experiential activities must be a continuous part of your MBA program. Then live problem solving. Live projects should be provided by the companies. Look at the statistics. This previous batch, 584 students have already done live projects in 45 companies. Right, and these are the name of the companies: BKG, GSK, Oyo, Paytm, Decathlon, Outlook, and Capgemini. Right, big brands. Then in last 1 year, we would have had 150 plus interactions with the people like Mr. Kishore Jayaraman, who is president of Rolls-Royce. Right, we would have MD of Nissan Motors. So you look at 150 people coming from industry and speaking to the management students. Right. Then we had technology focused events. Look at this: global business intelligence. Business intelligence is data driven decision making. artificial intelligence. And this event is being conducted by a business school. And we have people coming and speaking about technology. If you look at the scripting, the future of data-driven decision making, how technology is being used in taking decisions. Then industry events with Sonalika, with Nivea Sports, with SBI Foundation, all industry driven events. Then a lot of blended learning where 1,000 certificates have been acquired by the students in 1 year. You can do online courses with Coursera. You can replace one of your assignment and do it from, so you get a certificate also, right? A learning from good universities across the world. Then entrepreneurial opportunity, I've talked about it in MBA honors, but this opportunity, we have a dedicated startup school which helps all students of LPU in starting up a venture if they wish to do so. And the students you see here are our own management students who have started their ventures on the campus. And finally, most of you are here to make a career, right? So look at the companies we have coming for the campus: MRF, Trident, Berger, Amazon, Colgate Palmolive, Excess. Have all different brands you would see probably are part of the recruitment at LPU. And anybody who puts in sincere efforts would definitely get a placement, right? That's the kind of confidence we have in our training. But it depends upon how serious you are, because you see, in any business school there would be students coming. One of them might get a package of 13 lakhs, another might get a package of 5 lakhs. Though both of them have been trained equally by the faculty and equally by the institution, but there has to be that fire in the belly of the student to achieve that higher packages. Then just because I'm talking about careers, this is a recovery phase. Let us assume this is economy of the country in 2000, let us before the pandemic, right? Now you see what is happening with the economy. Economy is going down, but it would not keep on going down, right? So maybe in a year's time or 2 years time, we expect this economy to go up. So this time there might be a problem of job losses and other things happening in the industry. But if I talk about 2 years down the line, what would happen when the industry starts growing? This gives you the maximum opportunity. When the economy starts growing, the industry, right, needs more people, more skilled people, but you need to have that right kind of skill with you. So that's the reason I'm saying at this phase, MBA is a best investment, because in the recovery phase, you would be able to get better opportunities. And it has been proved earlier also that during the time of the recessions or economic downturns, MBA programs or higher education programs are always preferred, because I told you reskilling is required. So even people who are working in the industry, they come back and reskill themselves and then go back into the industry. So I think that's all probably which I had to talk about. And I think Rishiji, if I have got some questions, I can look into those.
Definitely, sir. It was wonderful watching you talking on the change, the need of reskilling, a very important thing. The top 10 skills you talked about, post-COVID expectation from the students, technology-focused MBA, MBA specializations, and a new program, MBA honors and value additions. That was wonderful, sir. So although we have so many questions pipelined for you, I request all the attendees, those who want to have queries, you can put in your queries in Q&A box, and also those who want to talk to the experts directly, they can put up your hand, they can raise their hands onto the interface, and I'll be connecting them directly to the experts, Dr. Verma. So feel free to talk to him and raise your hands accordingly. So I'll take up the first question. That is from Priya Keshri. Priya Keshri wants to know, does people pursuing MBA ever need to do coding in their entire career? When we talk about MBA with technology, MBA is technology driven.
Okay. A nice question. I think You see, it is not always that MBA is a general program. So people come from all streams, right? It comes from BA, it comes from BSc, it comes from agriculture, it comes from fashion, right? You come from different places. Now, coding is a part where if you want to make your career, yes, anybody can go and do coding, right? Because you would have seen a lot of focus on coding these days. Even for the kids, the coding has started now, right? In the online time, you would have seen a lot of companies coming up and teaching coding to the kids, right? So you can always learn coding. That's not a problem. But otherwise, if you have a fear from coding, then you don't need to do it, right? You can make a career without coding, right? So it's not essential. It's not necessary for everyone to do coding, right? But some amount of it, yes, because I told you that data analytics with R, a very, very elementary part of analytics one should understand. Because only then you will be able to understand what is happening in the industry. But otherwise, be sure if you have some fear from coding, be assured that you don't need to learn coding if you are doing an MBA program.
Thank you so much, sir. And Priya, it's a matter of confidence for you that Dr. Verma has given you that don't feel afraid of coding. Go ahead. If you can do, it's okay. Otherwise, you have other options. Thank you so much, sir. And the next question is coming from Hashim Khan. Although you have already told, sir, that MBA honors the difference between MBA and MBA honors, but he still wants to know which is better. Probably a soothing word from you, which matters to him a lot.
You see, I told you which program is better. I don't have an answer for that, right? Because for me, all are my programs and all are good programs which prepare students for a wonderful career ahead. So MBA honors, as I told you, we are laying a focus on investment fund, right? So you will see how you can invest money and grow your funds. Then there's an opportunity to start a business on the campus, an opportunity to go abroad for 5 days and have a global exposure. And so if all this attracts you and all this fits into your career goal, which you have thought for yourself in next 5 years, then go for MBA honors. But if this doesn't fit you, then MBA definitely, you see, any general MBA would always prepare students for all these things. It's only a question of that in one case you might be getting funding to do that, and in another case you are getting the guidance and all support other than money to do that. But you'll get an entrepreneurship support in MBA also, right? So in both the programs, you have your own advantages, but then it is only you, it is only the student who can decide which one is better for him. But for me, all MBA programs have their own values and would prepare students for the coming future.
So, Hashim, I think you have got your answer right from the experts. We have Lokesh who has raised his hands. He wants to talk to you, Dr. Verma. So I'm connecting him. I'm trying to connect. So, Lokesh Pandey, I have given you the rights. Lokesh, please unmute yourself and talk to Dr. Verma. Put up your question. Lokesh, can you hear me? Lokesh, please unmute yourself and put up your question. So, Lokesh, you are not available. I'm assuming this. So, moving on to Lokendra Rathore. Lokendra, are you there? Lokendra Rathore. So, I have given you the rights. Lokendra, you can unmute yourself and talk to Dr. Verma. Lokendra? Okay, I'll come back to you again. Yeah, Lokendra is here.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, with the MBA in operations, can I start with the digital marketing as a core course?
Why not? You can do that. You see, there's a difference between core and what you said. So, MBA operations, when you say operations, it's an area of specialization.
Yes, sir.
Digital marketing is also an area of specialization. So you
Okay,
can
sir.
pick up both the areas. You can pick up digital marketing along with operations. So you can do 6 courses of operations and you can do 6 courses of digital marketing.
Definitely, sir.
Right? So that's how you can do it. So, but then it's not about 4 courses. It's about choosing 2 specializations. So we call it as dual specialization. But you can do it.
Okay, sir.
Right?
So Lokendra, you have got your answer, and I'm looking for another person who is willing to talk to the experts. Chandrasekhar Reddy. Chandrasekhar, I have given you the rights. You can put up the question. Please unmute yourself. Chandrasekhar. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Mhm.
Sir, I want to know more about agribusiness management.
You see, agribusiness management is a specialization area. Right?
Yes,
It's
sir.
not a complete MBA program. So it's a specialization area. So if you are interested into, or you have a background in agriculture, maybe you have a BSc in agriculture, or
Yes, sir.
you belong to an agriculture family where you would like to professionalize your profession. So then this program is suggested, and we would have around 6 courses in this specialization here because we don't offer it as a full 12 courses specialization. You would have 6 courses in agribusiness, and you can club it with any other specialization you want, digital marketing, or you want to understand more about finance, you want to understand more about HR. That would also help you in agribusiness, right? So that's how you can
Yes.
pick up this specialization.
Thank you, sir.
So we have another attendee, Angel Soni. Angel, I'm going to connect you to Dr. Verma. I have given you the rights. Please unmute yourself and put up your question. Angel Soni, are you there? Angel, please unmute yourself and
Sir, I want to ask that which specialization is best to be chosen with HR as a minor?
Uh, a very common question which most of the students keep asking me in almost every webinar. Again, Angel, there's no direct answer to it. There is no best or bad specialization, right? Because you see, if you don't want to do HR, somebody else would like to do. If you don't want to do machine learning, somebody else would do it. That means something which is not good for you is good for somebody else. That means
No,
all
sir.
specializations are good.
Sir, I'm asking that if I'm taking HR as my major specialization, then which specialization should I take as minor with HR?
That's what I'm saying. It's your choice. If you want to go into analytics, then pick up analytics, business analytics. So HR analytics is another big field, emerging field these days, right? So HR becomes your major, and analytics, you can pick up another area and you work on analytics, right? So with HR, you can make any combination, right? If you have let us say, if you want to go into more of manufacturing firms, right? Uh, Companies which are into production, then you can pick up HR and operations, right? Because in those companies, you need to have an understanding of operations. So it depends upon what kind of career and in which kind of companies do you want to make your career. That would decide which specialization you should pick up with HR. But there is no one best combination available that with HR you should do this, right? I hope I am able to explain it to you.
so Angel, I hope you are happy with the answer. And the next question is coming from Ashish Vishwakarma. Ashish, although has written his question in the text form, it's related to Talent Edge, but I would like Ashish to put his question himself. Ashish, please unmute yourself and talk to Dr. Verma.
Sir, I have actually two questions.
Go
Firstly,
ahead.
placement available in, is placement confirmed in MBA with talent? And the second question is that is there a dual specialization in MBA with talent?
Right. So I think when you say placement is confirmed, in talent edge, placement is generally confirmed in most of the MBAs if you are ready to work hard, right? Otherwise, there's no point of doing MBA. But in talent edge, the placement is confirmed in first 6 months. That's what is the difference. Otherwise, placements is we have a very strong forte in placement for all MBA programs. So I'll not say that placement is only available in talent edge. The differentiating point is placement in first 6 months, so that you can do the training in the same company for next 9 months, right? So that's why that's the distinguishing point. So I hope I have answered your question. It is confirmed within first 6 months. And second question is, we don't have a dual specialization in talent edge, so it's a single specialization. So the companies would recruit you for one single area. But here the placement is in one single area, right? So then there is no need of having dual. So your career path is decided based upon the company you are getting into and the area of specialization. So it remains one. So there we don't have a dual specialization.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right.
So, Dr. Verma, although we have so many questions lined up, can we give you a break for 5 minutes?
Probably I have another session at 6 now with an international audience.
Right. So you would like to take up the questions?
So you can take up one question. I think it's already 6 now. You can pick up any one question. And I think the rest of the question we can answer through emails, right?
Definitely. And I'm just connecting you to the last query, that is Shashi Bhushan Kumar. Shashi Bhushan, are you there? I have given you the rights. Please put up your question. Shashi Bhushan.
Sir, I want to say which. Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Audible.
Sir, which specialization is best for MBA program? Hello.
All specializations are best.
Sir, like that business analytics or banking finance.
Every
Which is best?
specialization is good. Just think about it. I'll give you a very different answer. In the industry, you will find there are people who are working in banking. There are people who are working in analytics industry. There are people who are working in insurance sector marketing. There are people who are in industry who are doing a production job, right? There are people who are doing agriculture. So that means in every area you need people with these skills. It depends upon your choice which area you would like to work in. But if you are asking it from the perspective of jobs, then I would say marketing has the maximum jobs. Right? This is a global trend. You don't have to ask me this question. You can search and you will find marketing is one of the areas which have the maximum of the jobs. Because in one company you might need 15 people to market, whereas you only need one HR person to handle the HR domain, right? So that defines why more marketing people are required, less HR people are required. But if you're asking which specialization is best, then it depends only upon your interest. As per me, all specializations are good.
So that was a wonderful, Dr. Verma, and due to dearth of time, I know you need to join another session, which might be very important for you. So I have got the queries. We are still over here for another 10 minutes, and I request all the attendees to put up their queries onto the Q&A box, and would be answering you definitely through your email ID, definitely. And formally, I would like to thank Dr. Verma for sparing his time for the students and guiding them about uh, MBA and specializations and value additions and many more things. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Shishir. And I can end my session. I hope it doesn't end your session then.
No.
Or you would end my session.
Yeah, you can leave. We have with us Dr. Megha. She's going to talk about the admissions, a little bit of scholarship part, and I would first introduce Dr. Megha Mehta, Associate Professor, Mittal School of Business, Lovely Professional University, a project head, Department of Planning and Administration, Division of Admissions. He specializes in organizational behavior, critical thinking, creativity, innovation, business ethics. human resource management, labor laws, security, social welfare, organizational change and development, competency mapping, and many, many more. It would be an absolute delight to talk to her. Can I see Dr. Megha? Yeah, she's already here. I'm giving you the rights, Dr. Megha, and welcome you to the session. I hope the further interaction, you are also an MBA and a doctorate. So if you could take up few of the basic questions that are being put up after the quick presentation about the things.
Thank you, Professor Rishi.
So I'm just giving you the presentation rights. No. Yeah.
Thank you. I've got the access. I think you can see my, is my
Yeah,
screen visible?
definitely
Yeah.
visible, madam. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Professor Rishi, for giving me this opportunity, and thank you for all attending this webinar. I would be just touching about and talking about why you should choose LPU and why our MBA is so special. So I was just going to take you the campus life and how our the university looks like, and what are the unique features that can help you in choosing LPU. When I talk about campus life and exposure, this is one of the basic question where all the youngsters they generally ask, and even the parents are more interested in knowing that how my child can, the grooming of my child, how what kind of an exposure that my child would be getting. So the very first thing that I would like to tell you about is that we are the first private university to host Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, and we have hosted 106th Indian Science Congress, and this was inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister. I would also like to tell you that we are the one who have got maximum, LPU has witness many visitors, where we have our His Holiness 14th Dalai Lama ji, and then we have the first elected president of Afghanistan. We have the late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, the president twice of India, Arun Jaitley ji, and then we have got Vice President ji, and we have also got the motivational speakers on stage to talk to our students, to our faculty, and give them some glimpses of how they can tame their life, the life skills that they can incorporate in their lifestyle. So this is, you are well-known motivational speaker Gaur Gopal Das ji, and we have on board, the film stars, Bollywood stars. We have so that the students can have, a little entertainment in their life. They can talk to them. They can know their experiences, how much hard work that they do in their domains. And we have, the MS Dhoni. We have cricketers on board, and you can see how much visitors they, it is only the visitors who graced LPU campus and have interacted with our students. Now let's talk about infrastructure. When I talk about infrastructure, we are the one who have adopted the most modern and infrastructure, and it is like campus itself is a mini city. So when you see these architectures, when you see these kind of a building, this is a open theater where students, when we have the cultural the diversity programs, where we have one India, one world, a lot of cultural programs, or any the students have evening activities they planned over here. This building is connected with our the auditorium. We have at the back side, we have a research block where you have a library. It is well connected, well crafted, well organized infrastructure that we have made. You can see the glimpse of our auditorium also, where we have 20,000 plus capacity to be seated in under one roof, and we have modern the all the modern equipments equipped, so that all the major events that takes place in our auditorium. We do have 2 auditoriums, where one is having only 350 capacity, and this is to 20,000 plus capacity that we have. When we talk about the infrastructure, then the very thing that one thing that comes in our mind is student would like to visit library, right? So this is one of the biggest library that we have. We have got very good e-resources and physical resources available for students, so there is no dearth of any database over here. Another thing that I would also like to tell you here is that we have, in campus, all the facilities intact, where we have the resource center. We call it, this is Uni Mall, where all the basic amenities, basic things, convenient stores, you name it, the ATMs, you name the banks, you name anything, it is all available in our campus. So this is the inside view of our, the Uni Mall, and we have all the basic needs are catered inside the campus only. So we have a stores, convenient stores, we have gyms, we have the entertainment when students wants to spend their weekends, or they want to spend some time with their friends. So we have a bowling system inside. We have proper hospital facilities also available inside our campus. We have eye testing machines, we have doctors, we have basic staffs, we have ambulance to take care of any emergencies that is there. We have bed, we have a proper facilities to take care of any student facing any problem, right? So we have a visiting doctors coming, and we have proper facilities. Here the another the thing that you are seeing is this open stage, where all the events, like if you talk about the convocation, if you talk about the major events, so we have 10,000 capacity sitting under over here. And when you see this, we prepare our the buildings in such a way that the ecosystem, it is sustainability that has been there. So you can see here that there's a lot of solar panels over here. So we blend our, so that there should be proper sustainable system. We will ecosystem is, maintained in such a way that the buildings are, are more, modern. Plus, we utilize the resources very optimally. This is the glimpse, where few pictures that we have clicked for you to see how beautiful our campus looks in our different weather, right? We are the green campus. We believe in greenery. We believe in planting more plants. We have been got the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. We have got some awards also, and we are the cleanest and greenest campus in our LPU is one of the nominated and got ranks also. This is how the beautiful campus looks in the evening. We also have indoor facilities in our campus, where all the swimming pools are available. Students and all the big events takes place over here. Students who wish to continue their any sport, so they can have the indoor facilities. They can practice. They can join in evening. They have the system where they can use the all facilities which are there in the campus. Shooting range, we have badminton court, basketball, we have squash courts. This is how the outdoor, outside of this indoor capacity looks like, right? This is a aerial view of that, facilities. We also have a very secured residential facilities, where you can see we are the ragging free campus. First of all, I would like to tell you this. We have turnstile where without any, your proper system, no outsider is allowed to enter in any of the residential places or even our campus. So this is very security wise, it's very secured. We've got the facilities like we have one-seater ranging from luxurious apartments. We have 6 girls hostels and 8 boys hostel with having a 20,000 plus capacity. We also have a mess facilities available, where we all the foods, the standard South Indian, North Indian, depending upon the kind of taste that you have, you can choose, you can pick and choose your the food menu or options which are available. Even a student can have a continental as well. So if I talk about the 4-seater air cooled, so the so it is 70,000 per annum. So this is what pricing which I am talking about. Another, the hostel, this is annual charges that food options can be availed. We have in other facilities like banks, ATMs, Wi-Fi, post office, gym. We have hospitals, convenience stores, ATMs. So everything is available inside. So let me talk about the MBA program that we have offered. When I talk about MBA honors, it is of 2 years of program, since you all know about it. And Dr. Verma has already discussed about we having 8 modules where we try to emphasize more on entrepreneurship orientation. We have industry experts which would also be teaching you. We have the industry mentors allocating to you. So this is one thing which is a key features that is already been discussed. We have the eligibility which is already available on our website. You can always go and click on it. Moreover, we also, this is compulsory to pass your LPU nest, or if you have given any national level test. Plus, you also need to appear in our interview. So the interview will take, the 2 panelists will take your interview, where you must get the minimum marks so that you qualify. Moreover, we have, the specializations in MBA program also. In MBA and MBA honors, both the specializations are offered to the students like marketing, HR. So there are many things. When you go to our website and you want to explore the program of MBA, you will find that all the specializations are mentioned there, and you can also see the key features of each program. Highlights and prerequisites are already mentioned on our website. So you can always go to our www.lpu.in and can see what kind of a specialization that we're offering to our students. We have a specialized MBA. Now MBA is a MBA journal, MBA, then MBA honors, and then we have a specialized MBA. Specialized MBA is like somebody who is doctor or who has some medical line or wants to go into or serve into hospital line only. So he can choose hospital and healthcare management. Here also we have same eligibility, but you need to know that in hospital, if you have that bent of mind and you have some kind of a background of medical line, so you can always go for MBA, healthcare management. Tourism and hospitality is another MBA program that you can always choose, and the same criteria goes with this as well, the LPU nest and interview, or if you have qualified any national level test with graduation, you must pass with 55%. We have international business, where you have, you wanted to know more about cross-cultural skills, you wanted to go, you want to go in a very, you are trading, or you wanted to have some export or import business, you must get into IB specialization. 55% aggregate marks, LPU nest, and you can always also, you need to qualify your interview. The same thing. Talent Edge, that sir has already, talked about MBA Talent Edge. It is the tie-up program with one of the industry Talent Edge, and they are, they train you, they take your psychometric test, they evaluate your bent of mind, which specialization is good for you, and that is how you choose your specialization. And accordingly, you have, few courses are taught by our in-house faculty, and rest is done by the industry people. So they put you on roles, they tell you what exactly the roles are, and then they make you expert in that domain where you have chosen after your psychometric test. The same criteria goes over here also, but then it is a psychometric test is very important here, because they wanted to see what kind of bent of mind that you have. We have business analytics with YA NXT. This is also entire program where they are, the industry people get in sync with you, and then this is the same criteria. Another, financial markets with NSE Academy, same criteria. And supply chain and logistic, the tie program is with Safe Educate. They also take you, the intake of the students by evaluating them very thoroughly and train them. Summer internship is done by them. So everything is there. Now let me talk about the fee and scholarship. This is we have the largest scholarship scheme. And I also wanted to reiterate that we have given total scholarship, it's like 500 crores, and 60,000 student plus has got benefited from LPU scholarship in the last 7 years, statistics I'm talking about, and 61% students are studying on scholarship. Now, I would also like to mention over here, scholarships are given to the students who are very bright students, so you must maintain your scholarship as well. This is what the fee and scholarship of our, this is MBA program, and 1,90,000 is our fee. If you get the scholarship are given on the basis of your graduation or your 10+2 or the previous 2 qualification, and you are also, if you have got some good ranks or cutoff in your LPU nest, accordingly the slabs are maintained. So you save a lot of money when you are getting 30%, 40%, or 50% scholarship on the basis of your qualifying LPU nest. This is what the application process goes. If you are, you have to log into our, portal, and this is how you're going to apply. You have to sign up, you have to apply for eligibility test, book your slot, appear, interview, and then you also have to, take the admission accordingly. So go to your LPU admit. This is how you're going to register yourself. This is from my side. Thank you very much for listening to me. This is any query that you have or still unaddressed, please write to us on admissions@lpu.co.in. You can also give us a call, toll-free number. Our counselors are sitting there to help you, guide you, and you can always see our website www.lpu.in for understanding more about our program. Thank you very much. This is just a crisp understanding of why LPU you should choose.
So that was really a wonderful brief presentation regarding the infrastructure, the scholarship part, and the programs. So definitely it will benefit many of the attendees that those are having the queries regarding admissions. So please note down the number and the email ID and the website which is mentioned on your screen right now, and put up your question. And all those who have already put up their questions will definitely be answered through email in a few days, definitely. And it is time to finally thank all the attendees as well as the experts by saying I'm sure the attendees gained a valuable insight into the university and career options. We hope it was a positive experience for you as well. The information you shared was very enlightening, Dr. Megha. During this exclusive webinar, attendees heard from Dr. Rajesh Verma and Dr. Megha as on how to have a successful career and how to choose your specializations and new programs. Hopefully you found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information provided in this webinar to help take a better decision regarding your admissions. I'm obliged and once again thankful to Dr. Rajesh Verma and Dr. Megha for strengthening this platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Rishi. Thank you, everyone.